October 27, 1989. Bay Village, Ohio. A quiet suburban town where children walked home from school without fear. 10-year-old Any Mihaljevic was one of those children, bright, friendly, with dreams of becoming a veterinarian and a love for horses that filled her young heart. That afternoon, Amy received a phone call that would change everything. A man's voice, calm and convincing, spoke words that seemed innocent enough. "I know your mother got a promotion at work. I'd like to buy her a gift." He knew details about Amy's family that made him seem legitimate, trustworthy even. "Meet me after school," he said. "I'll pick you up." Amy, raised to be helpful and trusting, agreed. She told a friend she was getting a ride to the shopping plaza. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. When Amy didn't come home that evening, panic set in. Her mother called the police. Within hours, the entire community mobilized. Search teams formed instantly. Police officers, firefighters, neighbors, strangers who'd heard the news. They searched fields, forests, abandoned buildings, anywhere a child might be hidden. Days turned to weeks. Weeks turned to months. The FBI joined the investigation. Bloodhounds tracked scents that led nowhere. Helicopters scanned from above while hundreds of volunteers searched on foot below. Amy's face appeared on milk cartons, missing person flyers, and television screens across the nation. For 3 agonizing months, hope battled despair. The community refused to give up, but deep down, everyone feared the worst. Any Mihaljevic had vanished without a trace, leaving only questions and a family's desperate prayers for her safe return. February 8, 1990. A jogger running through a rural field in Ashland County made a discovery that would haunt him forever. There, partially concealed in the cold Ohio earth, lay the remains of Any Mihaljevic. The 3-month search was over, but the nightmare was just beginning. The crime scene told a horrific story. Amy had suffered multiple stab wounds and severe head trauma. The brutality was overwhelming. This wasn't a crime of opportunity, but an act of calculated violence. Her killer had taken trophies, her earrings, her boots, her backpack. These weren't just possessions, they were reminders of his evil deed, souvenirs of a child's murder. Investigators soon uncovered a chilling pattern. The men who called Amy had contacted other girls too, using the same script about their mother's promotions. Some remembered his voice, calm, adult, authoritative. But remembering a voice and identifying a killer are two different things. Despite composite sketches and voice analyses, the caller remained a ghost. The investigation exploded into one of Ohio's largest manhunts. Hundreds of suspects were questioned, from registered sex offenders to suspicious neighbors. Police followed thousands of tips, each one a potential breakthrough that led to another dead end. They investigated everyone, co-workers of Amy's mother, men who knew about the promotion, anyone with access to that crucial information. Years passed. The case files grew thicker, but the killer remained free. Detectives retired, new ones took their place, but Amy's murder remained unsolved. The evidence was processed and reprocessed, witnesses were re-interviewed, but the men who made that phone call had vanished as completely as Amy herself once did. 32 years after Any Mihaljevic's murder, hope emerged from an unexpected source: science. In 2021, advanced DNA testing technology offered new possibilities for solving cold cases. Evidence that had been useless decades ago could now potentially identify a killer through genetic genealogy and enhanced forensic techniques. The FBI and local authorities began re-examining every piece of physical evidence from Amy's case. Hair fibers, clothing fragments, anything that might contain DNA traces that weren't detectable in 1989. Modern science could now extract genetic profiles from samples that previous technology couldn't process. But the breakthrough everyone hoped for remained elusive. The killer who called Amy that October afternoon continues to walk free, possibly living among the very community he terrorized. The intimate knowledge he possessed about Amy's family suggests he wasn't a random stranger but someone connected to their world, perhaps a coworker, neighbor, or acquaintance. This case represents more than just an unsolved murder, it's a reminder of how predators can hide in plain sight. The killer's methodical approach, researching his victims, crafting believable stories, planning the abduction, reveals a calculating mind that likely didn't stop with Amy. Today, Amy would be 44 years old. She might have become that veterinarian she dreamed of being, might have had children of her own. Instead, her life was cut short by someone who may still be living freely, perhaps passing familiar faces on the street, attending community events, maintaining the mask of normalcy. The silence surrounding this case after more than 3 decades suggests someone knows something. Maybe they've carried this secret for years, afraid to speak. But Amy's family deserves justice, and that 10-year-old girl deserves to be remembered as more than just a victim. Her killer is still out there, and the truth is still waiting to be revealed.